Hello everyone, welcome to this cherry heart tutorial. I'm Sandra and I'm here today to continue my hexagon flower blanket tutorials with you. So last time I showed you how to make the little half hexies, and these are for the half flowers and to fill in the gaps along the edges of the blanket here. And this time I'm going to show you how I squared off the ends of the blanket for a nice straight edge. If you're looking for information on how I actually made the blanket, the hexagons and the hexagon flowers, that will be in part 1 and 2 of the tutorial, and I'll link those below for you. So I've got a different contrast colour yarn here, so hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to start by joining the yarn to the very corner of the first half hexagon. So let's work into this first stitch and join the yarn. So I'll just make one chain to start here, and that will count as a slip stitch into this first stitch. And I'll work the first section, I'll use UK terms, and then the next one I will do US terms. So to begin, I'll work a double crochet into the first stitch. Then I'll work a half treble. Next I'll work a treble. And if you need any clarification on these stitches, I do have a crochet website you can use. That's got a further tutorial for all the stitches. So next I'm going to make a type of decrease. So it's a variation on the decrease for a double treble in UK terms. So I'm going to yarn over twice for a double treble. Going to work into this last stitch of this half hexagon. I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over again and just pull it through these first 2 loops, leaving these next 2 unworked. So I've got 3 loops there at the moment. Then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to skip both of the chain spaces of these hexagons, and I'm going to work into the first stitch of the next hexagon. So I'll go into that stitch, I'll yarn over and pull through, and again I'm just going to pull through the first 2 loops, leaving the others unworked. So yarn over, pull through those first 2. Then I'm going to yarn over these first 3 loops, or let's show you without the extra loop on there. So yarn over, and I'm going to pull over these first 3 loops and leave this one unworked. So yarn over and pull through, and then I've just got 2 loops, I yarn over and pull through those. So the reason for changing the decrease slightly is because it's quite a tall stitch. If I did the decrease in the usual way, it leaves a very big gap here, and I wanted to try and close that up a little. So I just changed it ever so slightly so I could still have the height of the stitch, but just keep that gap a little bit smaller. So I'll carry on and I'll show you again. I'll walk you through that decrease when we get to the next section. So to finish on the other side here then, so it's a treble stitch. So this is UK terms I'm doing here. A half treble, and then a double, and then at the very top in the space a slip stitch. So now I'll walk you through in American terms. The stitches are all the same, obviously, they just have different names. So it begins with a single crochet, then a half double crochet, then a double crochet, and then we're down to this last stitch again. So now we're going to do a variation on what you would call a triple stitch. So, but it's worked in exactly the same way. So we yarn over twice, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and I'm just going to work these first 2 loops and leave 2. So yarn over and just pull it through those first 2 loops. So we've got 3 loops on the hook. 1 yarn over, skip the 2 chain spaces in the middle at the bottom and work into the first stitch of the next hexagon. So into that stitch, yarn over, pull the loop through. Then again I'm going to just work the first 2 loops and leave these 3. So yarn over, pull through 2, got 4 on the hook there. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 3 and leave 1 unworked, pull through 3, then I've just got my 2 on there, yarn over and pull through. So that's halfway along, and then we just reverse that to go up the other side. So a double stitch, a half double in American terms, a single, and finish on a slip stitch. Leave that there for a second. I'll do a close-up and I will note down the stitches so you can grab a little screenshot of that if you'd like to, and then I'll just show you the decrease stitch one more time. So we begin with a double crochet, US single, then a half treble, US half double, then a UK treble, US double, and then that decrease stitch again. So yarn over twice, insert into that last treble, pull through, then yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, then we'll work the next stitch. So yarn over, skip the 2 chain spaces, into this stitch, the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and work the first 2 loops, that leaves 4, then we're going to yarn over and work the first 3 loops, that leaves 2, and then yarn over and work those last 2 loops. So work all the way along. You can end with your little slip stitch there, and then you can turn the work and you can work down the edges, or if you prefer you could end your yarn there, go over, work the opposite side, and then you've got your square or squared off blanket that you can apply any border to that you would like. Thank you so much for joining me for this tutorial. I hope it's been useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye!